Network now on the Westwood One Radio Network. An estimated 125,000 people were on hand in Kansas City last night to witness the 31 picks of the first round of the 2023 NFL Draft. Quarterbacks ruled the day at the top of the draft, with Alabama's Bryce Young going first overall to the Panthers, followed by Ohio State's C.J. Stroud going second to the Texans. Florida's Anthony Richardson went fourth to the Colts. The Texans were aggressive at the top of the draft. Shortly after selecting Stroud, Houston traded up with Arizona to get the third pick and selected linebacker Will Anderson from Alabama. Two running backs, one of the top 12. Bijan Robinson of Texas went 8th to Atlanta, and Alabama's Jahmyr Gibbs went 12th to Detroit. They're the first running backs to go higher than 24th since the Giants took Saquon Barkley second overall in 2018. The draft will continue with rounds 2 and 3 tonight from Kansas City. Pittsburgh Steelers kick off the festivities. They have the first pick in round 2. This has been NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network.
COVID-19 has cast a spotlight on the stark inequalities that drive poverty. The poorest communities in the U.S. and around the world are suffering the most. Oxfam believes we can put systems in place to protect health and livelihoods in the future if we work together with dignity and compassion. Learn how you can help offer safety to the most vulnerable and fight for a more resilient future at oxfamamerica.org. Sponsored by Oxfam America.
Angie's List is now Angie, and we've heard a lot of theories about why.
I thought it was an eco move. Fewer words, less paper.
No, it was so you could say it faster.
No, it's to be more iconic.
Must be a tech thing.
But those aren't quite right. It's because now you can compare upfront prices, book a service instantly, and even get your project handled from start to finish.
Sounds easy.
It is, and it makes us so much more than just a list. Get started at Angie.com. That's ANGI. Or download the app today.
And it is 7:30 a.m. at 12:30 a.m. El Centro, California. KXO, El Centro, California. And in the newsroom, Gene Brister. Good morning, Gene.
Good morning, Carroll.
Did you feel the earthquake?
I did.
You did?
I did.
Okay. Somebody
did you
actually.
feel it?
I did not feel it. When I'm asleep, I'm heavily asleep. At 3.1, the epicenter was literally Heber, downtown Heber.
Downtown Heber, that's right.
I really didn't feel it.
Are you telling us that you were in downtown Heber last night?
No, but we have a new motto for the township of Heber. Heber rocks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is original.
Yeah, I think, we ought to bring that up with the Heber Public Utilities District, and we'll make it official. That's their motto.
Well, we'll make a motion and see if anybody seconds it. And if they do, well, we'll take a vote. And
so moved. Do I hear a second?
A second and a third.
Okay. Bring me a fifth and we'll get this done. Okay. Let's see. We did mention that it is Friday. It is the 28th day of April, 2023. Yeah, Monday, we start May already.
Yeah. There's only 30 days in April, if you're wondering.
Yes. And we really didn't have the April showers that will bring May flowers.
No, we did not.
But with the heat we've had, the flowers in our garden are starting to wilt a bit.
Mm-hmm. Their tongues are hanging out a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, it's going to just stand by because it's going to change again here.
Well, it does, and at least we're not having snow.
No.
Oh, well.
Not very prepared for snow in the desert.
Not really.
Maybe just not prepared, period. I don't know.
Okay. Are you ready for birthdays?
I'm ready.
We have a few. Let's start off with our big shot birthdays. Actor, singer Anne Margaret is 82. Actor Paul Guilfoyle, 74. He's another one of these actors. You don't know the name, but you would know the face. And speaking of the face, how about that lantern jaw, Jay Leno, 73 today. I wonder what he's going to injure to celebrate his birthday.
What he's going to injure?
Yeah, well, I mean, he had a car fire. He had a motorcycle accident.
Yeah, that's right. The car fire was the more recent.
Yes. Well, the motorcycle accident happened after that.
After that. Okay, I had it reversed.
Okay.
He had it reversed. So.
Yeah. It's hard to keep track. Actor Bridget Moynihan, 52. Actor Chris Young, 52. Actor Elizabeth Rom is 50. Actor Jorge Garcia, 50. Actor Penelope Cruz, 49. Actor Nate Reichert is 45. TV personalities Drew and Jonathan Scott. They are the Property Brothers. They are 45. Actor Jessica Alba, 42. Actor Harry Shum Jr., 41. Actor Jenna Ushkowitz, 37. Actor Alicia Allen is 32. Local birthdays just ahead.
My name is Josephine Conway, and I'm an Imperial Valley Food Bank board member. When locals need help feeding themselves and their families, they turn to the Imperial Valley Food Bank. As the main distribution center of donated food in Imperial County, we store, rescue, and purchase food in bulk to serve 25,000 people each month at over 30 locations. Help fight hunger and food insecurity in the Imperial Valley by donating online at www.ivyfoodbank.org.
Let's celebrate today's birthdays. Happy birthday, Anna Simpson, Jerry Grijalva, Cynthia Campana, Rex Espinosa, Yamel Zarazua, Mary Locke, Francis Ramirez, Tabitha Banaga, Isabel Navarro, John Mays, Dori Contreras, Fidel Alvarez, Kayla Antonio, Joey Enriquez, David Fimbres, James Green, Isabella Rose Garcia, Clarissa Valencia, Jeremiah Underwood, Jack Albertson, Carolyn Marland, and Antonio Aguirre. Happy birthday from KXO. And I don't know if you're aware, but today is Arbor Day.
I'm not aware of that.
Okay. And, people who nurture trees are called conservationists, right?
Yes, that's a word I've heard used for that.
Yeah, people who cut down trees are called lumberjacks, right?
Mm-hmm.
People who talk to trees are called tweakers.
Yeah. Tweakers.
Okay. And just changing the subject a bit, we have to congratulate one of our alumni, Dylan Nichols, named Broadcaster of the Year by Arizona State University's campus radio station.
That's an honor.
It is certainly an honor, and we salute Dylan. I think somewhere along the way, while he was with us, maybe he learned something and then picked up a whole bunch more attending the Cronkite School at Arizona State University.
Has he been doing some things through the school?
He has been doing broadcasting play-by-play of multiple sports.
Okay.
On the campus radio station and doing some video as well, TV.
Well,
so, anyway.
Keep the party going.
Yes, and Dylan, while he was at Imperial High School, was the public affairs announcer for Imperial Tiger football.
I'd forgotten about that.
So, anyway, we congratulate Dylan. Well done.
Hats off, Dylan.
Yes. Okay. How about some news?
Let's have some news. We have some.
That's a rumor I heard that we've got that. We're going to jump in to begin with a look at World in California news headlines brought to you this morning by Lock Air Conditioning and Custom Sheet Metal. Lock, they're your year-round comfort specialists.
Helping to vote down a new abortion ban. Democrat Marjorie Bright Matthews.
I'm sorry, my womb is not to be used because you, in your opinion, and what you do in your house.
In Utah, a judge considers a request from Planned Parenthood today to delay a statewide ban on abortion clinics. A key inflation gauge is still elevated. CBS's Jill Schlesinger says it keeps the Fed on track to raise interest rates again next week.
The personal income and spending report for March does show that consumers are losing steam as high inflation and high interest rates eat into incomes.
At least 19 people have been killed in new Russian missile strikes in Ukraine. CBS's Charlie D'Agata.
Such is the terrifying reality of life in Ukraine that nowhere can be completely safe, while Russian missiles indiscriminately rain down on its cities, killing civilians in their sleep.
CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
Become a Lock Air Conditioning VIP customer and get special pricing on cooling and heating tune-ups all year long. Call today to become a Lock Air Conditioning VIP customer at 760-93-LOCKE. That's 760-93-LOCKE. Lock VIPs receive discounted service and maintenance, discounted repairs, and priority service with prompt service. Lock Air Conditioning is your local York dealer, but they repair it all. So when the need arises, don't hesitate to call Lock Air Conditioning at 760-93-LOCKE. That's 760-93-LOCKE. Lock, the only name in air conditioning for over 40 years. York, install with confidence. Contractor's license number 696216.
California headline news. Much of Yosemite National Park is being closed today due to the threat of flooding from the melting of the snowpack. The Merced River runs through the park and it's behaving unusually.
Merced River is usually a pretty lazy, very mellow, relaxed river. And as you can tell behind me and probably here, it is not that right now.
Chelsea Lehman with the Parks Visitors Bureau. An underground vault fire in San Francisco knocking out power to thousands of PG&E customers. City officials accusing the utility of being slow to respond.
They did not show up until 9:32. It took them over 45 minutes to come to their own fire.
City Supervisor Aaron Peskin. Much of the power has been restored, but some buildings may not have electricity again until tomorrow. California honoring those who lost their lives on the job. Governor Newsom declaring today as Workers' Memorial Day. The newest strain of COVID-19 may cause pink eye. LA County public health officials saying the Arcturus strain may be linked to conjunctivitis. Jeff Scott, California News.
World and California News headlines brought to you by Lock Air Conditioning and Custom Sheet Metal. I've been telling you we're going to hit 104, 105 by Sunday. Yeah, don't put it off. Call Lock Air Conditioning today.
Yes, we do have availability. Those dates for how many guests?
Andrea's Boutique Hotel is the destination to tie the knot.
Oh, you want the whole property?
She needs an assistant to catch the bookings bouquets.
249 guests, huh? And 3 dogs.
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. We instantly connect you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Yeah, I'm so stressed. Our business is growing. We've got people all over now.
Ooma.
What is that? Meditation?
I'm recommending the Ooma cloud phone system with auto attendant and more than 50 features.
Ooma?
Yep. Switching to Ooma is a cinch. Just $24.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees.
Ooma.
Now you're feeling it. Find small business calm at ooma.com/radio. That's OOMA.com/radio.
And page 1 of the local news is a service of El Centro Motors, Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers. You'll find 3 locations in the Valley at El Centro Motors in the Brawley Auto Center and at the Imperial Valley Mall.
Taking a look at the latest in local news for a Friday morning, the Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District, or PMHD, Board of Directors has voted to oppose Assembly Bill 918 unless changes are made. Carroll Buckley has the story.
The bill, AB 918, sponsored by Assemblymember Eduardo Garcia at the request of the City of El Centro and El Centro Regional Medical Center, would create one hospital district that would encompass all of Imperial County. The Pioneers Memorial Healthcare Board said that county stakeholders, Pioneers, El Centro Regional, and Heffernan Memorial Hospital District in Calexico began the process to expand the district earlier this year. Pioneers submitted an application to the local agency formation committee to achieve a unified district. The Imperial County Board of Supervisors pledged to support that effort. Pioneers and Heffernan supported this plan, but El Centro backed out. Pioneers Board said that they do not support taking on El Centro Regional's debt of over $150 million. They also do not support a district expansion that maintains current taxes without taxing expanded areas equally. The Pioneers Board also does not support placing current members of the El Centro Regional Board on the new district board. They also oppose the fact that local citizens have been excluded from this process. The Pioneers Board said they do support the formation of a countywide health district with support through LAFCO and a board structure that is chosen by voters and represents the county. Pioneers also said they do support one health system with multiple campuses. The Pioneers Board pointed out that their concerns are also based on the current financial condition of El Centro's hospital, since the El Centro regional debt far exceeds the asset value and would place the entire district in a difficult financial position. The Assembly bill passed out of committee yesterday as committee members heard from UC San Diego Health CEO Patty Maysent. As passed out of committee, the bill would expand the Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District to a countywide healthcare district. And according to Assembly Member Garcia, there are plans to amend the bill to create an entirely new countywide healthcare district and consolidate El Centro Regional with the Heffernan and Pioneers districts.
In other local news, COVID-19 numbers are in, and George Gale filed this story.
It was released Thursday morning. COVID-19 numbers are provided by the County Public Health Department. The new numbers indicate a drop in the number of active COVID-19 cases in Imperial County. There are currently 210 active cases of the virus in the county. That's down from the 247 cases reported on Tuesday. Active cases of COVID-19 reported by the Health Department are those cases treated by medical professionals. There are no numbers on the cases with less severe symptoms and are treated at home. Positivity rate remains at 13.8%. Deaths attributed to the virus remain at 978. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
KXO News Time 7:44.
How about the next time you need service on your car? We come to you. Hi, this is Mike Allison for El Centro Motors and Quick Lane. Our mobile service vans are an extension of our dealership service lane. We will come to you for an oil change, filters, brakes, batteries, tire rotation, and so much more. Hey, while your car is just sitting there at work, we'll take care of your service needs, and it doesn't cost any extra. Schedule your appointment now at elcentromotors.net. El Centro Motors mobile service vans. What a great idea.
In other local news, a local restaurant reported that someone took all the decorations from a restroom at the establishment. El Centro police responded to the incident at about 10:20 p.m. Wednesday. An employee of the restaurant told officers that a man and a woman had taken the articles and that the manager was following the pair. The suspects were located in the area of 4th and State Street. A 44-year-old woman was identified as the thief. The woman was released after being cited for petty theft. That concludes this edition of Local News. Page 2 coming up.
Page 1 of the local news, a service of El Centro Motors Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers. Quick Lane, they service all makes and all models, and you never need an appointment.
In America, the future belongs to everyone. So we engineered the truck of the future for everyone. Ford F-150. Available with a Pro Power onboard generator and a variety of cab configurations for whatever you need to haul. Because the truck of the future isn't created for just a few. It's for America. Ford F-150. Drive one today. We want your trade-in. Get a 2022 or 2023 Ford F-150 truck with 0% APR for 36 months. Only at your San Diego County Ford dealers. Not all buyers will qualify for Ford Credit APR financing. 36 months at $27.78 per month per thousand financed regardless of down payment. Down payment may vary depending on credit. Not available on Ford F-150 Lightning, F-150 Tremor, and F-150 Raptor models. Place a new retail order or take new retail delivery from an authorized Ford dealer's stock by 7/5/23. See dealer for residency restrictions, qualifications, and details.
And page 2 of the local news is served by K Sushi Bar and Grill in Imperial. Great Japanese food. They specialize in sushi rolls, 50 different varieties of sushi rolls, one for every state.
Continuing with more local news, a small earthquake shook the desert near Salton City. A magnitude 3.1 earthquake was recorded at 4:11 p.m. Thursday. The epicenter was about 19 miles south of Salton City and 27 miles west of Raleigh. There was no report of injury or damage. That quake, there are two different times, Carroll, that were given for that.
There are two different quakes, the one near Salton City, the other in Heber.
In Heber, all right. So that one at Heber was at 11:50 a.m. That was...
last night, 11:50 p.m.
p.m. And it said a.m. Boy, we're just having challenges this morning. Sure, Helpline annual event is coming up. It's going to be, always is a good one. Here's more on that story.
It is hosted by the Sure Helpline. During the event, volunteers, mostly men, will participate in a march against violence. They will do it wearing women's high heels. Purpose is to show support for families and help women walk away from sexual and domestic violence. The event is being held today at Buckley Park in El Centro. They will set up at 4 p.m. The march starts at 5 p.m. They will walk from Aurora Avenue to Ross Avenue from one side of the park to the other. Contact the Sure Helpline for more information. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
And finally, students to be honored Saturday afternoon. George Gale explains.
San Diego State University Imperial Valley will honor the graduating nursing students. They will host their annual Honors Nursing Convocation ceremony. It will be held at 2 p.m. Saturday at Rodney Auditorium in Calexico. Convocation will recognize an estimated 18 graduating students from SDSU's Bachelor of Science in Nursing program and from the Masters of Science in Nursing Leadership in Healthcare Systems program. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
We'll be back with a look at the weather.
K Sushi Bar and Grill, serving you fresh and delicious Japanese food. Also giving you great customer service and a menu full of items for everyone's appetite. Check out their unique Estates sushi rolls, one for each of our 50 states. And come join them with their famous sake bomb, a thrilling event with James Chingon. Make a group reservation at their cozy patio or cater at K Sushi Bar and Grill, 416 South J Street in Imperial. Or call in your order at 760-355-4440. Visit them at ksushibarandgrill.com.
Here's Carol Buckley with the weather update.
The National Weather Service says under strong high pressure, temperatures will continue above the seasonal normal through early next week. In fact, the Imperial Valley will peak at about 105 over the weekend. By the middle of next week, a low-pressure system will become established off the California coast, allowing temperatures to retreat closer to normal and yielding locally breezy conditions. Despite this transition, a continuation of dry weather should be expected. 98 our high yesterday, 63 the overnight low. Today will be sunny with a high near 102. West wind 5 to 10 miles an hour, becoming east-northeast this afternoon. Clear tonight with a low around 69. North wind about 5 miles an hour, becoming south. Saturday, sunny with a high near 103. Northeast wind about 5 miles an hour, becoming southeast. Sunday, mostly sunny with a high near 104. Southeast wind 5 to 15 miles an hour, gusting up to 20 miles an hour at times. And right now, downtown, 72 degrees, 35% relative humidity, wind out of the west 5 to 10 miles an hour. Local news, page 2, served by K Sushi Bar and Grill, just off Highway 86 in Imperial.
Let's talk about it. Bringing community mental health issues to your radio. Listen each Sunday morning to KXO AM 1230 at 7 a.m. or on Sunday evening at 7 p.m. on FM 107.5. Or log on to KXORadio.com for a podcast of the show in its entirety. This program is produced by the Public Affairs Department of KXO AM 1230 and FM 107.5. Let's Talk About It is presented as a public service of Imperial County Behavioral Health Services.
Well, it's sports time, brought to you by Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District, an affiliate of the Scripps Health Network, working together to provide you the best care. Well, the first round of the NFL draft underway, and with the first pick, the Carolina Panthers selected Bryce Young, a quarterback out of Alabama. And Houston, they selected C.J. Stroud with the second overall choice. Stroud, He'll lead Houston to the Super Bowl. NBA action last night. It was the Celtics over the Hawks, 128-120. The Celtics move on as they take the series 4 games to 2.
Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District, ready to serve you and your family for all your healthcare needs. Let our team of dedicated physicians guide you on your journey to better health. Pioneers is a recognized leader in healthcare and has more than 10 health centers and clinics throughout the Imperial Valley. When the need arises, don't hesitate to come and see us. We have services and locations in Calexico and Brawley, and of course, our award-winning hospital, Pioneers Memorial. For more information on all of Pioneer's services, visit pmhd.org today.
Well, let's visit the Major League Baseball stadiums. The Yankees beat the Rangers 4-2, and it was the Twins topping the Royals 7-1. Mets nipped the Nationals 9-8. Rays bombed the White Sox 14-5. Orioles outlasted the Tigers 7-4. Cardinals shut out the Giants 6-0. Phillies blanked the Mariners 1-0. Pirates beat up on the Dodgers 6-2. Marlins edged the Braves 5-4. Angels nipped the Athletics 8-7. And the Cubs beat the Padres 5-2. Padres with a day off today. They're on their way to Mexico City. Yeah, the Padres and the Gigantes will play a series in Mexico City as Major League Baseball goes international. And in other sports news, the NFL draft continues today, into tomorrow, and pretty much forever as they continue to spend money on untested young men who they hope have enough to help a team. That's it for Sports Time, brought to you by Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District. Log on to pmhd.org for more information about Pioneers. Thank you for choosing Imperial Printers Rocket Copy. In today's highly competitive business climate, your company's image is important. The printed materials your company uses conveys a major part of that image. Our graphic designers have the talent and expertise to create a lasting impression for your business. Imperial Printers Rocket Copy offers virtually any type of business solution to meet your needs. From business cards and stationery to computer forms, full-color brochures, and posters. Let our excellent service and attention to detail provide the best impression for you. Locally owned and operated, Imperial Printers Rocket Copy has locations near you at 430 West Main Street and 100 South 11th Street in El Centro and 184 South Plaza in Brawley. Financial news and the weather brought to you by Southwest Security, a locally owned company protecting you and your property. Southwest Security also offering live scan fingerprinting to the public. The Federal Reserve's favorite inflation measure cooled further in March, a sign that the central bank's massive rate hike campaign is taking hold. That, according to new data released today by the Commerce Department. The personal consumption expenditures price index rose 4.2% for the 12 months ended in March, down from an upwardly revised 5.1% in February. The closely watched core PCE index, where the more volatile components of food and energy are excluded, trended down as well, albeit far more moderately. The core PCE price index was up 4.6% for the year. That's a slight easing from the growth rate notched in February. And ExxonMobil, Chevron, still making money hand over fist, but not quite as much. They had reported bumper crop profits last quarter. While they were lower than last year, they still beat Wall Street forecast, as well as where they were ahead of the spike in energy prices that followed the invasion of Ukraine more than a year ago. ExxonMobil earned $11.6 billion, excluding special items, down 38% from the record quarterly profit earned in the third quarter of last year. Chevron reported it earned $6.7 billion, 40% from its record earnings of $11.4 billion in the second quarter of last year. So they're making money, but not quite as much. Right now on the big board, kind of mixed. The Dow up 110 points at 33,935. The S&P 500 up 9 at 4144. The NASDAQ off 8 points at 12,134. Gold down 30 cents an ounce. Oil up 80 cents per barrel. Buy a couple, put them in the garage, and keep them for when you need them.
Hi, this is Jason Jackson, owner of Southwest Security. 2 years ago, I opened Southwest Postal, offering you 24-hour access 365 days a year. So if you're tired of dealing with the inconvenience of our post office hours and you would like to be able to get your mail when you want, Saturdays, Sundays, holidays, in the middle of the night, then come visit us at Southwest Postal with 24-hour staff. Plus, we're also your local FedEx, DHL, and Postal Service Center. We even offer text message and email notification when you receive your mail. Southwest Postal at the corner of 4th and Heil in El Centro.
We'll have sunny skies today with a high near 102, west wind 5 to 10 miles an hour, becoming east-northeast this afternoon. Clear tonight with a low around 69, north wind about 5 miles an hour, then becoming south. Saturday sunny with a high near 103, northeast wind about 5 miles an hour, becoming southeast. Sunday, mostly sunny with a high near 104, southeast wind 5 to 15 miles an hour, gusting up to 20 miles an hour at times. 73 degrees downtown, 37% relative humidity, wind out of the west at 5 to 10 miles an hour, and several more micro quakes. The epicenter, again, Heber. Okay, no, you didn't feel them. They're microquakes. That's it. Maybe you did. You're a very sensitive person. Financial news and the weather brought to you by Southwest Security Services, offering 24-hour-a-day post office boxes at Southwest Postal at the corner of 4th and Heil in El Centro. CBS News is just ahead. We'll be back right after that.
The best oldies on the radio. KXO El Centro, the Imperial Valley's local news source.
This is CBS News on the Hour, presented by Indeed.com.
I'm Steve Kathan. New scenes of carnage in Ukraine. Stepped up Russian missile drone attacks, the worst in 2 months. Reports of at least 19 dead. CBS's Charlie Daggett says many of the targets are far from the front lines and ahead of a likely spring offensive.
We are in the city of Nikopol, across the river from the Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant. This city came under attack last night. We're in Dnipro last night. That city came under attack last night. And it comes as Ukraine's defense minister makes this announcement just today. Preparations for the counteroffensive are being wrapped up. As soon as there is God's will, the weather, and the decision by commanders, we'll do it.
In an open letter, Nobel Prize winners and leading writers and performers are calling on Russia's Vladimir Putin to release his imprisoned opponent, Alexei Navalny. A key inflation gauge watched by the Fed shows prices remaining stubbornly high. CBS News business analyst Jill Schlesinger.
The personal income and spending report for March does show that consumers are losing steam as high inflation and high interest rates eat into incomes. With incomes up by 0.3% and spending flat, the personal savings rate did increase marginally to 5.1%.
Former Vice President Pence's testimony to a federal grand jury yesterday is seen as a key moment in the investigation into the effort to overturn the 2020 election results. Former federal prosecutor Scott Frederickson tells CBS News.
This is indeed probably the most significant witness. One would think that the special counsel is very close to making his decision about whether to charge or not.
3 U.S. Army soldiers killed, 1 hurt after 2 Apache helicopters collide and crash in Alaska. CBS's Wendy Gillette.
The Army says the crash happened as the helicopters were returning from a training flight. A statement says 2 of the soldiers died near the crash in Healy, and a 3rd died on the way to the hospital. The cause of the crash remains under investigation.
Well, the Army has begun replacing Confederate names on 9 of its posts. CBS's Jim Crisula reports on one of them.
Fort Lee in Petersburg, Virginia, is now Fort Gregg Adams. 94-year-old retired Lieutenant General Arthur Gregg was the Army's first black 3-star officer.
I was just overwhelmed with pride and with joy. I hope it's going to be inspiring. In fact, I'm sure that it will be.
The late Lieutenant Colonel Charity Adams served during World War II and at the age of 25 was selected to command the first and only unit of predominantly black women deployed in Europe.
And checking Wall Street right now, the Dow is up 47 points. NASDAQ is down 35. This is CBS News.
Hire with minimal effort and maximum success with Indeed. Their powerful hiring platform makes it easy to attract, interview, and hire candidates all in one place. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
For adults with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis or candidates for systemic or phototherapy, now there's Skyrizi, Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection. With Skyrizi, 3 out of 4 people achieve 90% clear skin at 4 months, and Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Nothing in me go hand in hand. Nothing on my skin, that's my new
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms, such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
With Skyrizi, you could achieve 90% clearer skin. Ask your doctor about the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis and visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
A school bus driver in trouble, and a 7th grader saves the day.
A video camera in the school bus captured the moment when 13-year-old Dylan Reeves, a 7th grader from Carter Middle School in Warren, Michigan, jumped into action.
Someone call 911. Now. Someone call 911.
Not only did Dylan bring the bus to a stop after the driver passed out, he urged his classmates to call 911. Steve Reeves, Dylan's dad, shared how he learned of what had happened.
Police officer called me, and my first response was, what the heck did he do? And they're like, no, this is a good call. I'm like, oh. He goes, your son's a hero.
John Hewitt for CBS News, Detroit.
A Dutch court has banned a man from donating any more of his sperm after he fathered at least 550 children in the Netherlands and other countries. The court says he misled prospective parents about the number of kids he helped conceive. Steve Kathan, CBS News.
You've got Carroll Buckley with the best oldies on the radio.
Hey, people look alive. Let's go. Come on, get up. Let's move it. Rise and shine. You're all way past the beauty sleep thing. Trust me. Wake up. Hello. Good morning. 12:30 KXO.